Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Mozambique's main opposition leader has returned to the country to a hero's welcome. Here is a short video of his return.
Eu me apercebi que o regime optou por uma estratégia de criar uma espécie de um genocídio silencioso. As pessoas estão a ser sequestradas das suas casas, as pessoas estão a ser executadas extrajudicialmente nas matas, estão a ser descobertas agora as balas comuns com supostos apoiantes do Venâncio Magani. Então, eu estou aqui para testemunhar isso. Estou aqui em carne e osso para dizer que se querem negociar, se querem dialogar comigo, querem ir à mesa de conversações. Estou aqui presente, estou a cá, tem coisa lá.
Para deputados da Assembleia da República e a verde para membros das Assembleias Provinciais e governador de província. Daqui a pouco dirigir-se-á à imprensa
internacional de Mafama. Eu venho a Moçambique.
Digo tudo isto na qualidade de presidente eleito pelo povo moçambicano. Muito obrigado.
This is welcome news from Mozambique. The situation has been tense ever since the rigged elections of October. I think as a Zimbabwean, and all thinking Zimbabweans out there would agree with me, that we have to hang our heads in shame because Zimbabwe played a role in the political mess we witness now in Mozambique. How big a role was it? History will tell. What matters now is that we did interfere in the electoral process of another country. Zimbabweans are on record claiming that they took Mozambique ID cards for the purposes of voting in that country's election. Shame. Let's hope that the country has learned a very important lesson and will never ever allow this to happen ever again. As for Mozambique itself, where to next? It is heartening that the Mozambique opposition leader has received a warm welcome and has reached out for dialogue. Let's hope the Mozambique government, led by Frelimo, will reciprocate and find a way out of this political impasse. In my view, the best solution for the country now would be for the country to form a government of national unity, similar to the government of national unity that was formed in 2008 to 2013 in Zimbabwe. But it must be emphasized that one hopes that Mozambique's national government of national unity will implement the democratic reforms to make sure that Mozambique is never again dragged into disputed elections. Holding free, fair, and credible elections is the very essence of guaranteeing the people a meaningful say in the governance of the country. If everyone can see that the process is transparent, free, fair, and credible, even those who are mischievous enough to want to start trouble by claiming that the elections were rigged will find it near impossible to sustain that argument. Because everyone can see that the process was free, fair, and transparent. But as long as we have a process that is not free, fair, and credible, even those who lose can always justify making trouble under the pretext that they would have won. This brings us to the point that has happened in Zimbabwe. ZANU-PF and MDC went into the 2008 to 2013 GNU. It is naive to expect that ZANU-PF would implement any democratic reform because, of course, it is not in ZANU-PF's interest to implement those reforms. But it would be naive to expect that MDC do not have an invested interest in making sure the elections are free, fair, and credible. After all, MDC, the Movement for Democratic Change, was elected by the people for the primary purpose and on the promise that they would deliver those democratic changes. That cannot be disputed. So once in government, what happened? Well, the truth of the matter is that Robert Mugabe bribed our MDC friends and they forgot about the reforms. One of the ZANU-PF cronies was asked, why was MDC leaders not implementing reforms during the GNU itself? And he boasted that Maswana MDC yadziza kuti vaanyerere. MDC leaders have learned to enjoy the benefits of the gravy train system. They will never rock the boat. One can only hope that our friends in Mozambique would take a page from Zimbabwe's experience and go into the GNU and implement the democratic reforms to ensure that elections are free, fair, and credible, and move that country from this problem of repeated rigged elections to a healthy and functioning democratic Mozambique. Where to next, Mozambique? Let's hope in a few weeks, a few months, they will lay the foundation to answer that question and set Mozambique back on a democratic path and economic stability and prosperity for the benefit of all the people of Mozambique. Thank you very much and have a good day.